things that you're going to want to remember when you're working with successive differences are 3 different types. We have linear, where the difference is equal to m, and remember that this is when the first difference matches, and our equation for that is going to be y equals mx plus b. Then we go to our second one, which is quadratics, where the difference is going to be 2a, and this is our second difference being the same, and our equation for this is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And then the last one is cubic, which is our third difference being the same. And our equation for this one is y equals ax squared plus, or not ax squared, ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. All right, so let's go through a couple of our first and second degree, meaning that they're going to be either linear or quadratic. So what you're doing is you're plugging these values in for x and solving. Okay, so negative 2 times 0 squared. Well, 0 squared is 0, so that's going to become 0, that's going to be 0, and our y value is going to be 5. Plugging in 1, negative 2 times 1 squared minus 1 plus 5. Remember that you need to do your squaring first, so 1 squared is 1 times the negative 2. And you're going to get 2 for your answer to this one. Plugging in 2. Negative 2 times 2 squared minus 2 plus 5 is going to give us negative 5. Plugging in 3. Negative 2 times 3 squared minus 3 plus 5. Again, remember that you're doing 3 squared first, which is 9, times negative 2 is negative 18. Well, altogether, that's going to give us negative 16. And our last one, negative 2 times 4 squared minus 4 plus 5 is going to give us negative 31. So now that you've evaluated the table of this, you need to find the common differences. Okay, remember that we want to go from the bottom up. When we go from the bottom up, we're going to take negative 31 minus negative 16. Well, that becomes plus plus, and I get negative 15. My next one, negative 16 minus negative 5 becomes plus plus. I get negative 11. Go ahead and circle those. I have negative 5 minus 2, which is negative 7. And here I have 2 minus 5, which is negative 3. Okay, so those don't match. So what is it not? It's not linear, because our first ones don't match. So we're going to try again. We're going to do the second one. Bottoms up, negative 15 minus negative 11. Add those together, I get negative 4. Negative 11 minus negative 7. Plus plus, I get negative 4. Negative 7 minus negative 3 becomes plus plus, I get negative 4. All of those differences match each other, and that's our second difference. Okay, so if that's our second difference, that makes this a quadratic. Okay, so what's important too about this is that we learn how to find our a value. When we're finding our a value, 2a is going to be equal to our difference. Well, our difference is negative 4. Divide by 2. So a then is going to be negative 2. So this is your answer for this one and this. And what does this negative 2 mean? It means at some point, which the next example, we're going to get that our a value is negative 2x squared plus other stuff. So we're going to know that that a is negative 2. All right, so let's move on to ones where it's actually trying to find the equation of this. When we're trying to find the equation, we're going to go bottoms up and find the differences. So here I have negative 4 minus 0, which is negative 4. 0 minus 4, negative 4. 4 minus 8, negative 4. And 8 minus 12 is negative 4. So those all match on the first try. If they all match on the very first one, that makes it linear. Okay, so now what we have to do is find our equation for this. So remember the equation is y equals mx plus b. Well, we're trying to find m, and we're trying to find b. We know that m is our common difference of negative 4. Okay, so now all we have to do is find b. Well, think about what b means. B means the y-intercept, where it hits the y-axis. So either we can test points or we can think logically. So here, let's test the points. So we're putting 0 in for x and getting 12 back. So 12 is our y value, because that came from here. Our m is negative 4 from that, times 0 plus b. Well, anything multiplied by 0 goes away. So I get that 12 equals b. Isn't that the exact same thing as right here? We would have just known that if you put 0 in, you get 12 back. And that's always going to work that way. That if you put 0 in, you're going to get back your y-intercept. So your final equation then is y equals negative 4x plus 12. And those numbers came from right here. Okay, so linear is pretty simple. So let's go on to one of these. This is going to be quadratic. We're going to go bottoms up again. So I'm going 38 minus 22, which is 16. 22 minus 12 is 10. 12 minus 8 is 4. And 8 minus 10 is negative 2. Okay, so those don't match. So what we know from that is it's not going to be linear. So let's try again. Bottoms up, 16 minus 10 is 6. 10 minus 4 is 6. And 4 minus negative 2 becomes plus plus, and I get 6. Okay, 6, 6, 6. A devilish math problem. So that means this is the second degree, so that's going to make this quadratic. All right, remember that with quadratic, our equation is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So we need to find an a value, a b value, and a c value. Our a value is what we already know. Our a, the difference, 6, is equal to 2a. Always. In a quadratic, it's equal to 2a. So divide by 2, and my a value is 3. So now we can start testing points, or we can be logical, but I'll go with a test point so that you can see it. All right, so for those of you that really get this, you know that our c value is going to be 10. For those of you that don't really get it, just hang tight for a second. Our y value in this is 10, because that's the ordered pair. Our a value is the green 3 that we had. The x that we're plugging in is 0 squared. We don't know b, times 0 plus c, which we also don't know. Okay, well, when I have 0, that's going to go away, that's going to go away. So 10 is equal to c, so you know your c value is 10. You also could have just looked at this and said, oh, I know the answer. I can just put it there. All right, so then we're going to use our next ordered pair, this blue one, 1, 8, and we're going to plug 1, 8 into the equation. So 8 is our y value, equals our a value of 3, times 1 squared, plus b times 1, plus our c value of 10. So 3 and 10 came from our green and our red. So I have 8 equals 3 plus b plus 10. So 8 equals 13 plus b. Subtract 13 to the other side, and negative 5 is equal to b. So now you have all three parts to this, so you can go ahead and create your equation. So we know we have something x squared and something x, and everything else is what we fill in. Well, it's ax squared plus bx. Well, our bx happens to be negative, so it's going to be minus 5x, and then our c value is a positive 10. Okay, so then this is the final answer that you want to have in your blank there.